has more and no more dice in a cool duck card! Today, August 22nd, and we're casting Flumph in Modern. Welcome, adventurers. It is I, your faithful DM and leader of this campaign. Love this start a chest. Aspiring Spike. You awaken from your slumber in a cold sweat. It has been nearly 4 days. Oh, you've been playing Baldur's Gate too. Since your first party ventured into the Underdark, and you seem no closer to your goal. But now, in front of your eyes, a glowing jellyfish-like disc. Trust in me. Use me to 5-0 Spike. It speaks in your head. Hal, less cautiously, replies, stay tuned to find out. Remember to like, follow, sub, and comment. Awesome. Grist is interesting milling yourself. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about the Grist self-mill, but let's talk about it. Okay, so when I was in Spain, this deck 5-0'd, this Flumph combo deck in the hands of And Whammy, Saffron Olive played it too, and it was the talk of the town for a day or two. I remember being at the PT, and people were coming up to me asking if I was going to try Flumph combo, and I wasn't sure. That being said, I didn't love this version, so let's say what the combo is. So there's a combo. Everybody's favorite card, Flumph. 2 mana 0/4. Whenever this is dealt damage, you and target opponent draws a card. And Orcish Bowmaster and a way to give Flumph indestructible. This is going to draw both players' decks, basically. And make a Orc Army token that is 60 power or something. And so the combo is that we're playing 63 cards. We're playing 63 cards here. Now, I think the idea behind this mana base of 5 color lands is that you're never fetching, and because of that you are not reducing your library size, so that your opponent is going to usually deck before you. And the idea is that you play 63 cards, so they just always deck. My kind of issue with... I think that I am willing to kind of sacrifice that some amount of the time. We're not playing any other card draw effects. Most of other modern players are playing fetch lands too to thin their own library. I'm wanting to still be at 63, but I think I just really want the consistency that a fetch land mana base offers. Was kind of my thinking. We also have an endurance could be. Oh yeah, just 1 endurance actually means you don't even have to be at. You didn't have to be at 63. Yeah, honestly, let's just play 1 endurance. Seems so much better. There's just no problem, and you can just be at 60 even. Okay, good chat suggestion. We also, I also think just in general, playing a deck of you have this deck has infinite indestructible spells. It has 4 or infinite exaggeration, but 4 Blacks of Scale, 4 Ephemeral Shields, which is cool tech. 1 Selfless Savior, but I think Selfless Savior is the best of them. Honestly, it's proactive. You can vial it in. It's recruitable, and it also kind of I think I just want to have this as my main protection target, which also lets you play Ranger-Captain, which tutors for Selfless Savior. Okay, so I think we do something like this. Probably play a Razorverge Thicket. And I think getting to play Coco too is just so premium in a deck like this that is wanting to put multiple creatures in play to combo with. I think not playing Coco is wrong. That being said, I'm not a huge believer in the Flumph combo overall, in the sense that I don't think it's going to be a particularly competitive strategy. But my goal with this build was to clean it up a little bit and just kind of move the archetype forward from this version that I think is too fragile, too all in. If that makes sense, I kind of like that this version's a bit more go wide. If that makes sense. Could see wanting a second endurance in the sideboard too. Let me just start with this for now. Before we queue into Mill. Yeah, Mill will probably be a bad matchup. Is Mill probably good in the meta? It's bad against Scam. This is kind of the dynamic of a lot of decks in Modern. It's is this good? Oh wait, it is horrible against Scam. Scam has so many matchups like this too. So 60 cards, use it 63 man. Yeah, so I just pulled 3 cards out of the deck because a genius chatter suggested just putting an endurance in the deck so that you'll draw into it, shuffle your library, and you won't deck and your opponent will. Shelly will be good here. We're a Coco deck, I don't know. It's like, okay, listen, also, like, people, like, love to be like, we have a 3-card combo. What if we have a Shieldred and play 2? So when we have our 3-card combo, then we gain 60 life, and I killed them too. Can we not? Can we not? Please, can we not? Okay. This seems good, though. I think I actually do like the idea of playing more endurance in the sideboard. You should actually play more than 60. Well, I was, but why do we need more than 60 if we have endurance? You just draw the endurance and pitch it. Could be good to play 2 endurance, maybe over the Skyclave. If the opponent has more endurance than you, think you just can't combo. Also, there's not really any main decking more than 2 endurance. Yeah, let's play 2. Think you want a few more cards for when you mill endurance with 4 Grist. Yeah, I mean, or do you just want 2 endurance? I think 2 endurance just kind of solves all your problems. Yeah, I don't think we really need the Skyclave. I was kind of thinking Answering Ring was kind of nice. Okay, pretty derailed deck tag. Did I... For Delta 28, thank you. I've had Arwen Unlimited a few times, and that card can be really crazy. Xander's Lounge go. I'm assuming go. Xander's Lounge tank, actually. Violent Coco feels rough for some reason. If you could articulate the reason, I'd love to hear. In general, maybe, but we've definitely met both cards' requirements in this build. There's actually no room to shoot her in Urzasog in the deck. Why does everyone want to put Urzasog in every deck? Our mana requirements are crazy. Right now, it literally only gets Aether Vial. Is there like a card that combos? Is there like an indestructible effect or something? Probably wait on the vial here. Just like together at the same time, them not being creatures. So, yeah, sure. But like when they're your only 2 like non-creature spells, it's fine. Yeah, I like Up the Beanstalk a lot. I think that card will be playable. I think you could play it in like a Naya shell with like Nissa Fury, Solitude, maybe Binding, or you could play it in like Bant Control with Solitude Binding. Solitude Binding and Lorien Revealed. You wouldn't Spell Pierce me, would you, opponent? Did I talk about Wafo's Is It list? Yeah, I mean, I've played a deck like pretty similar recently. I in general like moving more towards like the higher end of the curve. Snapcaster Flame of Venor has been good. Okay, well, we could just win the game right here. We hit Flumph plus Bowmaster. Let's go, dude. Oh man, I also like very often accidentally click no. Click no on my Cocos because it's on the left side. Let's go, dude. Good start. Now, we do have less cards in our library than our opponent, but because we added the endurances, we could just endurance ourselves. Yeah, I know we have less cards, but we added the endurances. Notably, if we had the +3, it would work also, although it's like harder to say that we have combo here. I guess I can't always yield either. Yeah, we have 2 endurances in the deck. But if they have endurance, they won't. They're creativity. They also won't be able to resolve this fetch. Because they will have drawn all their fetchables. I think as soon as we find endurance, we should be safe to just yield. Pope at 3 months, Punt Master with the 8. Thank you, thank you. Let's draw a few times. What's the win condition? So we're gonna kill our opponent right now, since we're going to endurance ourselves. And then they'll just deck themselves and die. Oh, whoops, that was the wrong way to stack the triggers. It's okay that we have second endurance, but we also are now ahead on cards, so we should just be safe to always yield. Always yield. Pawn with the gifted sub, thank you, thank you. What a beautiful combo. Yeah, it's one that you don't have to click that much through. You just have to click until you find endurance, I guess, but it's not so bad. This Flumph has 39 damage on it. Good way to start the stream. Finally, we have a good start to a freaking stream. You also kill a second Bowmaster. Just ping them. Oh, 2 Bowmaster, infinite damage. Sure. Seems cool. Okay, now we got a sideboard against creativity. Grist is usually pretty good against them. I think the Arwens are probably pretty slow. The Forge-Tenders are probably okay. I think having access to Knight of Autumn against Binding is okay. Maybe we'll just play 1 Haywire Mite as a Ranger-Captain target, and I'll play 1 Forge-Tender as a Ranger-Captain target, and just call it a... yeah, 1-10 lead. Yeah, but winning the first game means everybody's going to be hyped for the rest of the stream. Asmo, Flumph to dig for persist. Asmo in the Flumph deck does sound kind of cool. How do you win versus Solitude? I haven't figured that out yet. Again, so like, I don't think that this deck is very good. I think that it has a lot of problems or whatever, but it was one that people were talking about, and I just kind of wanted to. I thought that this was a better shell for it than the one that people were playing. Is all this is. So I'm just kind of sharing this idea, putting it out there, and you know the community can do what they will with it, of course. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to play like the instants and sorceries that give hexproof. You're just like you're a Coco Aether Vial deck. Just lean into that a little bit, I think, is my idea. So they're gonna ping and bolt, so we each draw 2. Kind of flooding a little bit at the moment. I mean, if I find a Bowmaster off the top, I just win. It's like maybe a little too greedy to play this, but also if they ping the Selfless Savior, then the Red and 6 dies also, which is not the worst case scenario. And I am kind of flooded anyways, so taking the high upside line when you're flooded, I think is usually fine. Zach with tier 1, thank you. Does Leon have Sanity break the combo? Yes. Well, this is a more usual Aspiring Spike stream, I think. Yeah, I know we always flood. Been flooded my whole life, brother.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Is Land of Sanctity a good sideboard card against Scam? I mean, I would bring it in if you have it. The problem is against Scam, it's just like they have something to beat anything. They have plenty of draws that can just ignore Leyline. You know, it's hard. It's a hard card to mulligan for also. Okay, this is kind of nice in the sense that we just get to endurance. We can endurance no one, I think. Sack the endurance, and then if we can find either Coco into the combo, or we can go like Bowmaster, and we would have 3 draws until we find a Selfless Savior to give indestructible, because we could vial it at instant speed. So we actually, and Recruiter is also the same thing as a Bowmaster, so we kind of have like 12 outs here. Okay, so we do have to find a Selfless Savior. Oh, I messed up really bad. I should have cast the Recruiter, and then I could have vialed in a Ranger-Captain or an Imperial Recruiter I find off these draws. So now I can only find Selfless Savior, but I had like 12 outs and 3 draws, which was so much more. Although we may be bricking. One more look. Yeah, just three more mana sources. I guess I'll dig for like a Grist. Yeah. Let's go to game 2. You can wait a turn? I'm not gonna wait a turn, I'm gonna do it my opponent's tapped out. What are we talking about? My opponent's tapped out. How would we vial the Bowmaster? I maybe misspoke. We were vialing the Selfless Savior. That's what we need to loop. Yeah, deck decks are only channel points now, 3 a stream, but they are available. At least I didn't get punished by my misplay though. But it is kind of cool just thinking about the deck there. Like we went from super flooded to, having like 12 outs to like either Coco into the combo, Recruiter, Bowmaster, and then from the Recruiter or Bowmaster we had 3 more looks at a Savior, Recruiter, or Ranger-Captain. Just pretty good. Convoke Destructible card, not good enough. We're an Aether Vial Coco deck. We just can't afford to have like non-creature effects like that, I think. And we also have tons of indestructible effect with Ranger-Captain and Recruiter and Selfless Savior and Coco. I'm not really feeling like we're hurting for these kind of effects. Could you redraw when opponent attacks? We're just like not winning when my opponent untaps with 10 cards and a million removal spells. And an Archon attack. Archon attack also doesn't trigger the it trigger. We get to redraw off the Bowmaster, just pass. Yeah, still don't think it's a game we're ever winning. I could have probably played it out though. Is Aether Vial safe to play again? Aether Vial is a good modern card. It's like Merfolk and Goblins are both very good decks that are like underplayed for a long time. It's so many opinions about modern, like Aether Vial's bad, Fury pushed all these creature decks out. I say this like so every stream it feels, but so many of these opinions I feel are just literally just humans. Literally just humans is not as good as it used to be. Alright, so we need a Bowmaster. Huh. Well, that's a win next turn. It's almost like the Inner Hyperbolic. Yeah, I know. Yeah, then Humans is also like somewhat playable, but has a lot of problems. So deck techs are only points on donation. Yes, no more deck tech donations. It just became like this is just not a good forum for deck techs, you know. We have too many people here. I have a momentum of stream I need to keep going, and especially like when we get deck tech locked. It ended up just being more trouble than it's worth. I may return to doing deck techs in like a different forum somehow. We've been floating the idea of making a deck tech cameo account, but oh wait, am I? No, I have enough mana. But for now, I think it's just like three channel point deck techs to stream. I think are fine, but like the streams where we had to do like 10, it was just, I think even though, you know, I make like $50 off of it or whatever, it's a net negative for the stream. It was good to be a creature combo deck, beating Creativity, match 1. Coup de Grace, VIP or mod. Let me... I guess, yeah, we do need to Endurance, so... Which would you like to be? I will break up the combo to... VIP or mod you. What do you do with the 100,000 channel points? You can do a deck tech. Channel point deck techs are still a thing, but you can also maybe just like enjoy the stream. Maybe just watch the stream instead of getting things. You get the content. Or save up to be a VIP or mod like that. Why would you play something that doesn't meet those qualifications? So we can't get Blood Crypt with our Windswept Heath. When's Baldur's Gate 3 stream? I'm like in Act 3. Okay, I will do a Baldur's Gate stream if we can convince like Doomwake or somebody to like do like a co-op playthrough. But it's also like a playthrough is like 200 hours. It's probably even it's probably like in theory a little longer with friends. So I don't even know if that would be. How realistic that would be, but that would be about the only way I could agree to it, is if you could convince somebody to play with me. Flame 11 months. We could get like Everos too. Okay, I think my dream team is like Amy, Doomwake, Everos, Spider Space. Although you can only do 4 people, so I guess I'll step out so I can watch them. I've never played before, not opposed. It actually sounds incredibly fun, Doom. I can like help guide too. I've been playing a lot. Everos would be awesome. I think we probably couldn't get Amy, to be honest, but Amy is. I did a D&D like MTG creator, like it was like a Strixhaven themed campaign. I did one with her. And she was amazing. She was so good. She played a druid that grew mushrooms on herself and just pass them out to people. It was awesome. Alright, well, you got a Spell Pierce, you got a Spell Pierce. I mean, let's each draw 3 cards, I think. Can get a big Orc army too, potentially. Can maybe also get a land for the giver. There's a mod for Baldur's Gate that lets you play with 8 people. That's probably a little too crazy, but maybe. And in the corner watching. Yeah, I mean, we have all my MTG friends. I would love to play with all my friends forever with everything. Tutors would be awesome. There's kind of like no list to. There's no end to the list of awesome Baldur's Gate 3 teammates. This is infinite. It's not infinite because we don't have indestructible on our Flumph there. Our friend group suggested we have someone be the dungeon master who's played the game. You don't need that. Like the game is the dungeon master. You don't need to like have someone babysit the party. It's not that hard, but having someone who's played the game to give you like some advice, maybe that's what you mean. I think it's fine. So Flumph does have flying. We have Giver of Runes. Yeah, the game even has a narrator, like a DM-like narrator. ZZZ, 8 months, thank you. Is Doggy the only source of indestructible we have? Yeah, we have 4 Ranger-Captain, Coco, and Imperial Recruiter to find them. And we also have Arwen. So we have like 18 effects, roughly. This probably gets countered, but I think we just, you know, try to double spell here. Ooh. Don't think I've ever enduranced an... Oh, no, I must have done this. Surely I've enduranced an opposing Snapcaster Mage target. My loadings were really recruiters with T-pose big cutscene. I haven't had... So I've had... Okay, I have a... My dwarf has this, like, glorious braided beard, but it glitches in every single cutscene. Like, the beard, like, it just doesn't function. It, like, peels up, and you can see my dwarf's, like, double chin underneath the beard. Just like real life. It's so funny. The beard just has a mind of its own in every cutscene. But yeah, that's really the only glitch I've experienced. Ooh. Flame of North is so fucking good. I do love hatching plans. The card is really cool. Oh, man. Okay, y'all, Snapcaster Flame of North is super real. It is super real. They have 6 cards in their hand. Alright, let's just hit 2 more Grists. Drew a land, of course. Still probably unplayable. No, Snapcaster... I'm telling you this now. Snapcaster is currently a playable, good modern card. And this is kind of the best timeline. That, like, I am genuinely starting to think that these, like, Snapcaster Flame decks are better than traditional Murktide. We played a version yesterday and we're like... We only went 3-2, but we played against Murktide and we beat up on them really badly. Maybe we played 22 lands. We beat up on them really badly. It's like there's a lot to be said for these builds. I think it's so funny that I feel like it's actually genuinely making a comeback. Probably want Giant Killer, of course, against the Murktide deck. I think we're going to... Can we just maybe just be like fair Coco? Can we board out? I mean, Arwen's probably not that bad. Lifelink your Sanctifier. It's like unkillable. I mean, we've already comboed twice, so I don't feel so bad about doing this too. It seems so hard to combo against them. It's funny, this thing says if you control winners as you cast, you can't get blown out. Well, you can if you kill the Snapcaster response to the target sometimes, but... Snapcaster's good. Yeah, Flame of Anor and Preordain are both, like, and to some extent Lorien Revealed are all, like, pretty nice upgrades. Not that I've been playing Lorien as Snapcaster yet, but might at some point. Dingo hated the Waffo deck? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. My point is that there's a lot of ways you can build it. You can build the Waffo style. I've been liking the Dreadhorde. Like, the Dreadhorde Arcanist Flame of Anor deck we played yesterday, I thought had a ton of potential. It just kind of, like, we know Snapcaster Flame of Anor is good. We know that Dreadhorde Arcanist Aether Vial is good, or Dreadhorde Arcanist Preordain is good. Or at least this is something that this is the opinion I currently have. And it just I guess it's kind of a problem they have flame to kill this. Still think we keep. And like Dreadhorde Arcus is also a wizard for Flame of Venor, so I think that's the direction I want to continue to go in with the deck. I probably want to play less Piracy Charms, but I would probably still play like at least one. The card wasn't bad yesterday. I think one or two, not three, going forward in that deck. We just need this Aether Vial to live. That's so much to ask. Fewer? Is less not the right word? I feel like the less could not be like drastically incorrect to say here. I might cast Giant Killer. Yeah, I don't think we're like ever chop downing. Would I play Reckless Charge with Arcanist? There's probably some timeline where I would. Man, they can start vialing in their Snapcasters too. I feel like I'm usually on the other side of this. If it's individually countable as fewer, I don't know. At the very least, we don't have. This is probably not a super useful comment. If you know the difference, less stands out. I don't know. Like to some extent, I don't know that like I think the English language evolves a lot. I feel like I almost never hear people say like not use less in this context. Maybe it's just my Texas education or whatever, but I'm pretty confident in like language's ability to evolve. Fewer sounds kind of, I don't know. It's more the extra syllable. Who cares though? We'll be able to tap a Snapcaster Mage, I think. This is so gross. Steal the Giant Killer. Do you have them down to 6 somehow? 4/4. Well, let's see if we draw a land. It resolved? Pretty surprised. I think we probably have to lose the Grist in this exchange. I guess their hand is... I guess they're super flooded, though? They might have, like, Flame of Venor, and they don't really want to use it because they get double Bowmastered. They could have, like, Spell Pierce and stuff. This is amazing for me, since now I get to keep my Grist alive, or like they have to use something else on the Grist. Oh, they only chose one mode. They chose not to draw 2. I mean, I think that's also kind of a win. 3 cards in their hand. Have you seen Hearth Elemental? Yeah. Kind of an interesting one. It's kind of a problem that like Tolarian Terror is a card that never really got there, and this card I think is a good amount worse than that card too. Six problem. Okay, so I can go. I think I just go Endurance. Giver and then take 6, and then I can start like protecting the Giver, the Endurance with Giver potentially. It's not a great plan. I think it's a bit better than Recruiter for Grist though. Yeah, I don't know. I would say this is probably worse than Murktide, Battle of Reveler, and Tolarian Terror, which puts it into like the when are we playing it territory. Giant Killer can tap Endurance. No, they can't. They have no white mana. They stole this Giant Killer from me. Recruiter Ranger get the combo, try to follow kill him. I sided out the combo. Seemed like a tough matchup. Dredge? I would never play this in Dredge, I think. I guess let's keep the perfect 6. Yeah, Dredge has a lot of instants and sorceries, and it's also like, it's kind of easy to get to 5 when you have milled like 20, 30 cards. Blood Moon or Bust, good username, think with 4 months. So Misty Rainforest Breeding Pool. Suspends a Crashing Footfalls. So they should. The only way they can kill this Flumph is if they Fury it. So I think I can feel confident enough to just cast it. So Madness Brew. I think there's just like almost no zero. There's only one 0 mana Madness card is the problem. Yeah, then we can just do it all at instant speed here. So if they crack their Wooded Foothills, we win. I guess they give Subtlety. Oh, I guess I should have actually not ripped Bowmasters so hard. There's several 0 Madness. There's only one 0 mana Madness spell legal in Modern that's any good, I think. I guess there's like Big Game Hunter. That's not something you can main deck. Yeah, I don't know that there's any main deckable ones. Aren't Root Laws. One of the 2 Root Laws is Modern legal, the other one isn't. Yeah, I think I telegraphed my play a little too much. Control Coco, we can really put the pressure on them though. Ranger-Captain would be really ideal also. Another Selfless Savior Bowmaster we would take. Not a bad draw. Nice. Final Outburst, please. I guess what can my opponent even have here? Fire Ice doesn't break it up. Subtlety doesn't break it up. Yeah, they actually just can't have anything. What am I doing? Oh, they can kill my Bowmaster. Right. Never mind. Yeah, Borrower too. Andrew, 22 months, thank you. So they're forcing the action. Maybe I could have vialed the Bowmaster in response. Protected the Bowmaster. My opponent was so aware of the combo the whole time. Kind of unfortunate. Hopefully they don't have a Force of Negation. They've been cycling Lore and Reveal pretty aggressively, though, for someone who could have a Force of Negation, I guess. I think I should leave these at 1 and 2, because if I hit, like, Recruiter, Ranger-Captain, I can combo. Now I just need to hit a Recruiter or Bowmaster. And, of course, have this resolve. It's kind of a key piece of the puzzle, I guess. Bummer. I think Evoking Spell was really good in non-Coco version. I'm sure, but I think that version was just, like, too all-in. And Coco is also, like, insane in the archetype, I think. Is Spellskite worth recommending to try to save the combo creatures? I consider Spellskite. Spellskite's okay. My opponent also played like so insanely around the combo. I think I telegraphed it pretty hard, but they played around it really hard too. I think a big chunk of opponents are not going to be as aware of what's going on. We can combo again here. 3 cards. I guess the problem is if they just have mana up. Yeah, maybe I should have cast the Selfless Savior. Yeah, because they're just going to draw into an answer. If I had another black mana, it'd be a bit better too. So we can go for it again next turn. The problem is, though, that I guess if we... So they have 2 Fire Ices left in the deck. Do I need to block with a Flumph? I think I just go to 3. And I can try to maybe... I have one more Arwen in the deck. I can try to maybe, like, infinite life with Arwen. Before they find both Fire Ices. I guess they're also playing Bone Crusher, though. Yeah, they can also have Binding. Maybe I can draw Bowmaster and then find Arwen, and then I have double protection plus like the infinite life combo too. Maybe they'll cast the Bone Crusher. Don't think this opponent will cast Bone Crusher though. Oh, let's go. What the fuck? My opponent played so perfectly around the combo the whole game and then just stopped. Now they can't even have anything. The whole game, they played so perfectly around everything. They just, like, not fetching like they're dead if they crack the fetch, and then they just gave up. I don't know, that's weird. Can't have it all the time. If they just leave mana up, they're going to draw into Disruption for the combo, though, is the thing. Like, it's not that they, like they could have played around it just by leaving mana up, and I thought that they understood this dynamic. Sometimes they have main deck endurance. Yeah, I guess if they have, like, 3 main deck endurance, and we only have 2, that would beat us. Although I will eventually find a second Bowmaster to kill them here, too. What if they shuffle endurance back? Yeah, but I'll shuffle their endurance back in too, is the problem. But as soon as I find the second Bowmaster, I'm also dealing them infinite damage. Admiral 28 months, thank you. What a cool deck. It's like, oh right, we have to have more green cards too. Forgot about that dynamic. Again, it shouldn't matter though, because we have one more Bowmaster in the deck. I guess we only have one more, but that should be enough. Just gotta keep scrolling. Opponent also, I guess, will just deck. My opponent says lol in chat. I guess were they not just my opponent just wasn't fetching. Maybe they're just never supposed to fetch in those spots. They kept all this mana up. Like they acted like really hard, like they knew how the combo worked, and now all of a sudden like my perception of them has completely changed. It's very weird. Maybe they're laughing because they think I kill them with the second Bowmaster, and they're laughing because I haven't drawn one yet. Okay, so... Uh-oh, they're all targeting here. So let's undo. Second trigger's wrong again. Shouldn't matter. Wait, how do I undo the save targets? Turn off audio, sorry, not the undo. That being said, I think that they're just dying to... I think they're just dying to the deck combo, but I do want to click through it. Since they're not conceding yet, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's always yield to triggers from Bowmaster. Always yield to triggers from Flumph. Now my opponent has said in the chat, I want to see how it works. Save targets. Well, I think you can't save targets because you have 2 different Bowmasters that both target the same thing. I want to be splitting up the triggers. Is the combo real or is the deck such a meme? It's funny how whenever I play any brew, like this question is asked like 30 times. Is this deck the best deck in the format or is it just a meme? It's somewhere in between. You can win games of Modern with this deck. We beat Creativity. We lost to like the new Murktide control deck. It is somewhere in between. This is not going to be a competitive Modern deck, but it is interesting, and I think that the builds that have been floating around are worse than this one. So I'm mostly just trying to like show off the build that I think is a little bit better today, and just kind of like throw it out into the void after that. cutting all the Grists. Usually you cut Bowmaster against against Rhinos. Probably not with this deck. Might cut a Giver. Fortune seems a lot better. I'll play 6U1. This feels like a wonky deck. I would describe it as wonky, sure. But again, like you can have a winning record with this deck. It's not going to be amazing. I would never register this at a tournament right now, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to print like another card for the deck in a year. And it's like it's really important. Like this is like a huge part of brewing is just establishing a baseline with a deck like this. Just like figuring out what it's doing, figuring out the best way to build it, and then like having it in your database so when they print like, you know, Recruiter of the Guard or something like that into Modern, then boom, all of a sudden we have this ready to go. And it does not feel like terrible. We're able to kill at instant speed, we're able to kill quickly, and it is a really big deal for this deck that one of your combo pieces is freaking Orcish Bowmaster. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that like one of the best cards in the format is also a combo piece is pretty interesting. Nick with the 10 months, thank you. Oh, I guess I should be casting that probably. The mentality of Modern is more common here because your comments on F and Dex, F and Power Level. Yeah, sure. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know that I would think that F and Power Level is just like a meme. Like, there's a difference between. I guess my standard for like what a meme deck is just really low. Like just something you're truly just playing to have fun, which is fine. But I think this is a bit better than that. Probably should have attacked for one. But you know, less good than a serious tournament deck. This Burn Together Callous Sellsword from... I just don't know the name of new cards yet for the most part. So if you're going to ask me about new cards, I would love if you could just like describe what they do. Because I could not tell you off the top of the head the name of any new card from this set. I'm excited to protect a Magistrate with Arwen Mortal Queen. Is playing D&T a meme if you also aren't having any fun? Yeah. Okay, so let's just vial in Ranger-Captain now, so that we make sure we can do this turn instead of just like they pass a Violent Outburst up. And then I think I grab Forge-Tender over Savior. It seems a bit better. Like, because we already have the Indestructible for the combo here. Do you like the green Sprite Dragon that's also a Reckless Impulse on the Adventure side? What? Is that a real thing? Okay, so I Ranger-Captain this Crushing Footfalls, and I guess I do open myself up to a Violent Outburst. Okay. Yeah, what is that? A green Sprite Dragon that's also a Reckless Impulse on the Adventure side. That sounds awesome. It's not Sprite Dragon's Quarian Ranger, okay. Yeah, could we just maybe like look at it, just like see the card. The answer is also a lot of times for spoiler season, I just haven't seen the card yet. The Dryad? Yeah, I don't remember the Dryad. Also, I don't discuss leaks. Yeah. Yeah, okay. No, I will look at it when it's officially spoiled. +1 indestructible lifelink on Flumph seems okay. Then I can double block, eat a Rhino, keep my Flumph, each draw a card. I guess I could just main phase this effect too. Oh, no, I shouldn't, because they just like can't really answer Flumph at instant speed without Petty Theft, which breaks it up anyways. King Zeke, 17 months. Post-PT reset reminder. Yes, thank you. Although I really didn't... I mean, I probably lost like 300 subs, but I was expecting to lose like half, like down to like 800 or something. Things ended up being okay. Arwen, Mortal Queen. I tried the Historic event on MTGO, it's very fun. I'm sure Historic is super fun. I think it always looks very fun, but I just don't have like a Magic Arena collection. Oh, they ordered the blockers wrong too. Let's go. So now Flumph is permanently indestructible, permanently lifelink, so as long as this is in play, as soon as we find an Orcish Bowmaster, we combo. We should maybe be playing more Arwens, actually. Arwen is... This is the first time we're using it, I think, and it's immediately looking incredible. I think I'll just keep these at 1, 2, 3 for now. Oh, right, it doesn't... I always forget this. I also thought in Limited that it stayed indestructible forever. You're right, it's a lifelink counter, not an indestructible counter. Which is flavorful because, you know, she's not giving Aragorn her immortality. Yeah, sorry, I also thought it worked like this in Limited, and I was like at the draft house thinking it worked this way too. Or maybe it was like on stream draft. I think it was on stream draft that I thought that it was an indestructible counter, and I still thought that. Still like a cool effect for the deck. If it did leave an indestructible counter, we'd be playing more. Do you go to pre-releases? I haven't been to one in a while. The last one I went to was Streets of New Capenna. No, I like pre-releases. I like going to LGSs. I just kind of find it hard to find the time. Block. Like, especially like pre-release season is like my busiest time, where I make like a long, I make like a long like spoiler YouTube video that takes like a full like 12 hours to make or something, usually on average, and then I have like a lot of new brewing to do while still keeping the regular stream entertaining. It's like by far my busiest time of the year, or of the cycle maybe. Oh, wait, no, oh, no. Oops. Huh. Okay, so Forge-Tender actually does not stop fire, which is funny. I can save my Flumph and make it a 2/6 by using a second Arwen here, though. I also just have another Flumph. Yeah, I kind of got unpunted, thanks to my opponent. Yeah, I think I'll just let this go. I just have another Flumph. I'm also attacking my opponent for 7 down to 2 here. And the Stomp gets fizzled too, so there's no Bone Crusher Giant. Yeah, an equivalent exchange of punts. Yeah, so I'll endurance myself here. I'm happy to shuffle these 4 cards in. Man, I love Aether Vial. So my opponent's is going down to 2. I'm gonna leave these at the... Oh, we also have the 4th Aether Vial now. Even my opponent has a Force of Negation. It's like... They have the Force of Negation plus answer for Magistrate. I mean, they have been drawing cards off the Flumph. Not sure that they would even keep in force against me, though. Okay, so... Yeah, let's keep second Flumps. We have a lot of looks at the combo here. Because I have 8 or I have 7 Flumph toughness to find a Ranger-Captain, Selfless Savior, or Imperial Recruiter to make the combo infinite. GG, big fun of you. Keep it stream. Alright. Well, we're 2-1, and honestly, like, being a creature-based combo, beating creativity and beating rhinos is awesome. Not that we have a good matchup here, but we gain some equity because our opponents don't know what's going on, of course, which is part of the strength of playing a deck like this. But I'm feeling good. We can't activate Arwen. Yeah, we can't activate Arwen because we don't have enough mana, but we can. We have like 7 draws on a Selfless Savior, a Recruiter, or a Ranger-Captain. Or another Bowmaster. All of those cards win. Okay. Happy enough to keep Aether Vial. Why this version over Ephemeral Shields 1? Because this version is like not so all in and gets to play Collected Company. It gets to be like a value creature deck instead of like this like super all in combo deck, which I just don't think it's very good as a super all in combo deck. I think it's good to play like the slower game plan, and Coco is like so incredible in this deck too. It is just an incredible Coco deck, and the other build just doesn't have enough creatures for Coco. If you're playing this versus deck, can you just add your entire sideboard? That won't always just be me having endurance, though, right? Each redundant use of endurance only nets 1 card with enough green cards. Does it matter? Yeah, I mean, you don't really need that many cards shuffled back in. But that should be more than enough. Oh, should I... We're up against Death and Taxes? Maybe just Hammer. Hammer's probably an okay matchup. Trader saying the second endurance only brings 1 card back in the deck. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it doesn't matter. Yeah, so I need to get Flumph. So I go get Flumph, Vial, and Flumph. Take Vial up to 3. Yeah, I guess I need to draw a Selfless Savior or Bowmaster or Flumph this turn in order for me to, for sure, be able to combo next turn. Because I won't have time to get both these in play for both combo pieces. But I can also like sack Ranger-Captain in their upkeep, which will stop them from having cast Hammer if they don't have Sigurd. But they can maybe get it off Urza Saga. Okay. I did see this card. This card was pretty cool. So the adventure half is a sorcery speed fling. Come on, I thought I had ad block on. Maybe I have a pause on Goldfish. The ads on Goldfish and like Mythic Spoiler have been so big lately. I guess not so bad Goldfish, but more so Mythic Spoiler. So ETB with a +1 counter for each creature that died on your control this turn. So like fleeing with like the upside of like an okay sized creature is kind of cool. Not the biggest deal ever. The adventure studies of Thud. Yeah. I guess it's also like Thud is now out of date. Like this is like just a strictly better Thud, right? Just strictly better Thud. When Recruiter spoiled, it was certain it would be a staple of the format. Time is proving me wrong. Yeah, I think even that. We were saying this the other day. I think that like Solitude has 3 power and Fury has 3 power, so you can't get it with Recruiter. I think that if Recruiter wasn't being printed in the format, you would maybe see both those cards just have 2 power, or potentially. It's worse than Thud Fling because your creature can get removed. Okay, let me read it again. +1 counter on it for each creature that died on your control this turn. Oh yeah, it could be removed in response. That is much worse. Much worse. Okay, so we're gonna take up to 3 for sure. And we got lucky with our draw here. Should be winning. So yeah, as soon as I endurance myself, I can put 4 cards in my library, and then we can just yield to the combo. Oh, right there, Lonely Hammer. Oh no. They just have Solitude now? Yeah, the Emeria's Call usually means that they have Solitude in their deck. The Solitudes are sometimes in the sideboard, though. What can we do? Fuck. Okay, matchup is bad, actually. We just draw infinite. Yo, each of us draws our entire deck, and then we endurance ourselves, so they deck themselves and we don't, is the combo. 3.5 years, I think I first subbed for Athena Zoomies. Yeah, I bought a couch from a friend so Athena can hang out during the stream, but it's like 105 every single day at least here, so I'm kind of waiting till it cools off to move the couch. But once we do that, then Athena will be here more often, I think. Make sure that they see to get that Flumph has flying. They could miss it. Yeah, they Surge of Salvation apparently stops the Flumph combo. Okay, so we get to bring in Mite's Giant Killer, 9 bottoms. I think we can cut an Endurance. Maybe we do need 2, though. Probably cutting Arwen also. From a Grist. 61 card special. Down, I think. How does it sub the Flumph combos in Motobug? No, Surge of Salvation gives you hexproof, and the Flumph needs to target your opponent to combo. For some reason, it's not each opponent. No one will play it in EDH? Do people currently play it in EDH? Is it like fun? You go, you draw a card, I draw a card. Cut a 1-drop? Why don't you tell me which 1-drop you would like to cut here? Because I would rather play all of these and play 61 than cut any of them at the moment. Alright. Kind of slow, but Knight into Coco on the play is probably good enough to keep. As you make alliances, yeah, EDH is such a silly place. Should have cut a land. Maybe. Second Mite? You want to not play the second Mite against Hammer? You're not addicted to playing 60 cards that you don't want to bring in Mite against Hammer? Second Mite, baby. He plans to try out Lorcana. I mean, how do you play Lorcana? Like, do you have to go to a store and like buy a bunch of paper cards? Because I don't know. How does someone like play Lorcana and do Magic full time? It doesn't seem super realistic. And also play Baldur. And like, please, someone help me budget. My family is dying. I do Magic content for 10 hours a day. I play Baldur's Gate for 5 hours a day. How can I also play Lorcana? I guess I can just play Lorcana instead of Baldur's Gate. Decent online simulators. Yeah, I can look into it. People seem to be really hyped on it, but I don't know. A lot of the MTG folks want to be ahead of the hype train on Disney IP card game. Doesn't matter if the game is good or not. Is that the case, or do people actually like it? I don't know. Because to me, like, I don't know. The game is either good or it's bad. You know, if it's good, I'm sure we'll hear about it. Yikes. I think I have 30 hits or something, but Coco always does this to us. People were legit fighting over Lorcana at Gen Con. I got an invite by somebody to play like a different new card game at Gen Con. Obviously I would go, but my opponent's sad for me. They're hitting me with a frowny face. I don't know. I'm open. If I don't know. It's just kind of as simple. If Lorcana is great, we'll hear about it and I'll play it. But I think for the most part, people kind of want to. I guess they want to hear from people like me that it's great. But I don't want to. I want to hear from people like you. Maybe that's where everybody is. Everyone just wants to be told that it's a great game, so then they can play it without having to like spend the energy learning for themselves. MTG have a fun to view pro cube event. Have they ever tried before? Yeah, the MOX, the Magic Online Champion Series, is like one of the like highest stakes, most competitive tournaments in Magic, and one of the formats is Cube. And then there's also like CubeCon. There's a lot of stuff. Cube is really popular. Yeah, Worlds had Cube a long time ago. Okay, we're 2-2. Let's get a 3-2 prediction. I'm feeling a Flumph 3-2, I think. We also have the combo. I'm keeping. You can't make me mulligan. Your opponent's on a mold 6. It's a good card. We did beat Rhinos earlier. They didn't force this. That's a win. We also draw a land here for sure. It's fine. We'll take that actually. It's a combo piece. Them having turn 1 ice, turn 2 cascade. If they have turn 2 cascade, it'll be pretty tough. Oh, they don't have a land. It's awesome. Well, Legends of Runeterra didn't take off like Riot IPA. Kind of convinced there's no space for a new card game to be as big as the existing ones. I don't know. I think Marvel Snap. I don't know if it's big, but I think it's super fun. Like I play Marvel Snap, albeit like really casually, but I like it a lot. And I don't know if I agree with the thesis that there's just not room for another card game. I was like, how is Flesh and Blood doing? I know that like SCG like hosts like they get paid to do all these tournaments. I don't know if they're like operating at a loss or whatever, but I know that people really like that game too. Maybe that game is really good. Think about the Vesuvian Drifter deck. I don't know what a Vesuvian Drifter deck looks like at the moment, but okay. I think I'm going to be vialing in my Bowmaster this turn, and the next turn I could go Recruiter for Flumph. Could also draw my Flumph. They got a reader. Flush and Blood is do bad never. I'm happy. I think competition is good. More like innovation's good. I have one of my like closest friends. His cousin writes for Flesh and Blood Channel Fireball. Uh-oh. Or I don't know if he still does. Oh, let me double check his last name. So now do I vial in my Bowmaster? Fury on the Flumph. Say that 5 times fast. They don't have the same last name. Okay, I can't find it, but he exists for sure. Yeah, so I can't even really Bowmaster because I need the Bowmaster trigger, right? I guess I can like block with my Flumph, then give Indestructible. Please dox my relatives. This is my friend's relatives. It's also, I'm also not. I'm trying to shout them out. They write publicly for Channel Fireball. That's not a dox. Okay, so let's say I don't Violent Bowmaster. I take up Aether Vial, Violent Ranger-Captain, get a Selfless Savior, pass. Next turn, Violent Recruiter. Yeah, I need to use the Vial now. So the plan is to take 8? 8, at least 8. Oh. The plan is also to cast Selfless Savior. Could also maybe go for Coco next turn. Tin is a somewhat manageable life total too. Oh no! I didn't sack my Ranger-Captain. Oh, I thought I had one more click before I could sack the Ranger-Captain. Sorry, y'all. Try to keep my cool. We're in much better shape, I think, with the Ranger-Captain being sacked there. Okay, so if I go Recruiter, cast Recruiter, Violin, cast Flumph. I block here, Flumph out a token, and I'm just dead. You can just go for it. They have 1 card, 1 mana up. The problem is I need something to damage the Flumph, or them to draw a card to start the loop. That could be me blocking with the Flumph. The problem is they have too much power in play, so I have to cast Coco. Which is not super likely to win, but what can you do? Yeah. Well, are we dead? Yeah, I know I could hit Flumph and Bowmaster potentially. I did not hit both of those cards. But am I dead? I can go block, block. Yeah, I mean I'm not just dead, but don't feel very likely to win this game. Probably will block with Recruiter too. Maybe recruiting for a 3-drop makes some sense. So I can go Coco and Vial on the 3-drop next turn. Does Arwen make sense? So I can give like my Orc army Indestructible with the Selfless Savior. Double block, chomp. Go to 1. You could Vial and Grist. I mean, I could Vial and Grist, yeah. I almost feel like I'd like the lifelink. You get 2 lifelinkers too off Arwen. Oh, they just have. Okay, that'll do it. Okay, punted really bad here. Recruit for Thump, a Vial cast Flumph, you miss something. What you're missing, which is something I've already said, is you need Flumph to take a damage to start the loop, or the Bowmaster ETB, which we had the Vial and the Bowmaster earlier. It's kind of an awkward game. So I think Grist is pretty bad in this matchup, and then... What did I cut last time? I think I cut 2nd Endurance, played 61. Adam, taking 11 months, welcome back. Welcome, Fun, making a circle start the loop. I've already talked through all of this, but I was dead with that line. I didn't have enough toughness. I like that pickup. Why so unfortunate? Like my Sigma obvious. They're a Fury deck. They have Fury, Dead Gone, Fire Ice deck. It's also tutorable with Ranger-Captain. Might even like my opponent just Furied Flumph last game, so like we could even get them a little bit here. Is just jamming this Flumph Bowmaster combo into Defender is a good idea. I mean, is there a Defender that can give Indestructible? Because I would prefer to not play Selfless Savior. One 3 dog. Okay, can you link me the card or exclamation point card? Because that could be not that bad. And then Tyvar also gets back both halves of the combo. Resolute Watchdog White. 1/3 Defender. Huh, that sounds not bad at all. Yeah, let's after this match, let's take a look at Defender Flumph combo. What a title, huh? Yeah, 1/3 is pretty good stats, honestly. Wait, did I not take up... I guess it doesn't matter. I did mean to take up the Vial. I didn't realize I did not take up the Vial. But I can still combo. So even without the Endurance, I guess we could just get to both players to 0 cards and pass. Yeah, let me actually just always yield save targets. And then I'll just let this go for a little bit, then turn off auto yields, like 30 cards in or something. Oh, I thought I had save targets, so I don't have to turn off auto yields, click this. Save targets, always yield. Okay. Shout out to our opponent, scooping it up, going to game 3. Combo's pretty fast, too. It's a bit faster than I expected it to be. 5R, Overgrown Battlements plus Cord, yeah. I think I was already playing Cord, or maybe I was switched to Coco. Or I think I was on Coco, then I switched to stupid 6 mana, Storm the Festival. Is it Defender combo? Is it Wall combo? Wall Tyvar combo. No, it actually does seem like it fits. I kind of looked at it in the past, just thinking Selfless Savior was too bad to play. Maybe we'll play once. So I do think we have to play Cord, and then we play 1 Bulwark. It's a lot of cards to fit, and we'll figure it out though. I think it's like worth at least like getting a draft together on. Sneaky, not to endurance. Is it sneaky or do I just intentionally not give my opponent like free information? You know what I mean? Yeah, Watchdog is a really nice find. Doesn't need Karn at this point. Yeah, you can maybe cut the Karn package. The cards are pretty good, though. Like I think to some extent, like, you want to have the Staff of Domination combo, because, like, otherwise, what are we doing with all this mana? But you could be right. If we beat Rhinos twice with the stack, that would be pretty hype. Protean Hulk could get all 3 cards for the combo when it dies. Yeah. Because you can also do the Sam combo. I've been, like, kind of dying to, or not dying, but I've been meaning to play, meaning to play the Protean Hulk combo for a while, and I just haven't got around to it. So they might board Endurance too now. Maybe. I mean, I have an Endurance. If they have, like, 2 Endurances in their deck, we may be losing, but we can also maybe see via their Cascades. Don't see any Endurances yet. Nice to draw land here. We'll take that, though. Oh, probably should have cast one of my 2 Flumphs. Watchdog wouldn't have worked last game, though. I mean, in the Defender's deck, you have a ton of extra mana. It's just a whole different deck. And the fact that Tyvar gets back both combo pieces is a big deal. Tyvar was, like, at its best in the Defender deck before anyways. It, like, just did so much. And then, like, it's now also, like, buying back the combo pieces. Okay, Vial 1, cast Bowmasters. I can't cast Bowmasters. I need to trigger it, I think. Oh my gosh, I meant to take this up to 2. I guess it's okay. Yeah, now I get to do the whole thing at instant speed. Probably, do I do it for it in their upkeep? Do I try to make them tap out? I guess the problem with going for it in their upkeep is I need them to tap out. So I think what I'll do is I'll go Recruiter, get Selfless Savior, Violent Selfless Savior, give Indestructible, and then just block. I thought not taking it was correct. I think it was better to use my mana a bit more efficiently. It ended up, I think, being okay. So we only take 4, down to 8. Can cast Coco next turn now. And so I suppose we cast Bowmasters, see if they have any interaction for us. Is the combo online? It is online. We're currently going for the combo. Currently going for it. The problem is that they don't die, they find out actually have the combo. Yeah, that's true, but we could also maybe like just draw into, or like we just maybe make a big enough work, right? And we're also doing this end of turn, so we can try to untap and combo them anyways. So kind of weak to a Force of Negation. I think I should leave the Vial on 1. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem that like I have to hit. I can hit Bowmaster Recruiter or Bowmaster Ranger-Captain. Oh, they iced this. Well, maybe we're just gonna try to survive a turn then. I did draw the Selfless Savior for turn. We can still hit Bowmaster Savior, I guess, but not very likely. And they also have Force. Well. Looking worse and worse. Not out of it yet, though. Yeah, I can Violent Endurance, target myself, double block a Rhino. Double block a Rhino, then also chump a Rhino so that I'm not... So I'm going to 3 instead of going to 2. So if they Violent Outburst here, it's actually pretty good for me. They have double burn spell here. I'm currently going to 1. Did they miscount? No, they just have double burn spell. Ugh, gross. Okay. Did not look that bad, but we did go 2-3. Close one. We also kind of punted game 1 of that match. That being said, I am interested in looking at it in the Defender's deck. Flumph is a Defender, and there is a Defender that can give Indestructible. And then I guess maybe it's probably still better to play Coco.